Hey y'all, I am back with All the Queen's Men Season 3, Episode 8, a review slash recap. Because y'all know I be spoiling everything up in here. Now, if y'all expected that Papa was fine, he's fine, at least at the beginning of the episode. And I kind of figured that after I read the summary of this episode. But, it was a done deal. We already did the video and we already had our brief little discussion for a couple of days over that, and I didn't want to come back in the comments and kind of give it away. But a lot of people did expect it to be just a bluff, so we were good. Now, when she went and talked to him, Papa showed her that he was loaded, but I do not know if that will be enough, and you'll see why later. Madam did ultimately try to take him home with her, but he did tell her that the FBI is still watching him. I was talking about this with somebody. I think it was my sister, but I'm not sure. But we were discussing whether or not the FBI was still on his case, because I think at one point he mentioned that they took the cameras out, so maybe they weren't watching him. But he did confirm that they were still watching him, so it made sense. But like I said, he did pull back them sheets, and he showed that he was loaded. But again, we gonna see if that's enough. I think Madam may be a little bit psycho. I know she'll trip for sure. Like, she pulled up on Tommy when he got stopped. She wanted him to lie. Like, she pulled out the camera and was like basically egging him on to lie about what actually happened. But Miss Davis pulled up, and Miss Davis saved the day. She was trying to be down, and she basically got Tommy in her car and took him to the club. So he was straight. But the fact that she just wanted him to lie on the camera as he was like, nah, I'm good, nothing happened, woot woot woot. I was like, no, I think you hurt. But it's like, people can tell when the video was edited. Like, gonna kind of defend that. Davis went to talk to her. When she dropped off Tommy, she wanted to talk to Madam. You know, she's still trying to be on the team, trying to kick it with him. Madam don't trust her, as we all know. But she did give her a lot of money. But guess what she also called into the office? She called in Doc to take Davis to the VIP room so she can get some dirt on her. And Davis already knew what time it was. And Davis was sitting up there acting like she didn't want that big old thing. Her mannerism, we knew she was hot and bothered and she wanted that thing. So she went on up there and got that thing. But she was doing all that acting like she didn't want that thing. Now, I think Madam loves playing Russian roulette. I think she get a high off of it. Okay? She get a kick off of it. Because it's baffling that everybody around her, she don't trust. She didn't trust Davis, but she was willing to work with him. She didn't trust Casanova, but was willing to work with him. She don't trust the head of security. She was willing to work with him. She liked playing Russian roulette with her life and the people around her. As far as Imp goes, he is, y'all know I always got to say something about Imp. He is still improving, in my opinion. Let's argue. He is still improving. He handed her the money this time. He wasn't being aggressive or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? I really hope they work through it. I hope that they can talk about it and move past it, and they can both come to an understanding. They will be good together, you know, especially with all that passion that's built up because of all the stuff that they're going through and how much they want to be together, because they want to be together. Ooh, child, I thought I saw a spider. Now, Rayshawn did end up going over there to Thandy's house. Her husband was there, but Rayshawn had backup, of course. The goons. I'm just going to call them the goons. You know what? I was so mad with Rayshawn, because how you got a gun pointed at somebody and you let this man take the gun from you? The way I screamed in my spirit. But I was proud of him when he got that thing and knocked him upside his head. Well, I don't know what he hit him at first, but he beat him real good. So I'm proud of him for that. Because y'all know in the earlier review, I was like, he's so weak. He's so weak. He need to stand up for himself. He need to be about some business. He got all this mouth. Like, what you really gonna do? Are you gonna really do it? So I'm proud of him for really doing what he said he gonna do. I think the man dead. He might not be dead, but Madam will handle it if he is. We're gonna put it like that. And we already know what time it is. The other two ran up in there. It was like that money that Thandy was putting in that duffel bag wasn't enough. They got a safe. They took her to the safe, and that's when Mr. Man took the gun from Rayshawn and turned his back, and Rayshawn beat him. kudos for him. I was gonna be mad if that man did something to Rayshawn after Rayshawn had that gun pointed at him, because how you gonna let somebody take the gun? When he did that, grab the little thing and start beating her, he was like, oh, you thought so. Once he did that, I was like, okay, little baby, that's what's up. You got a little oomph in you, you know what I'm saying? Because before, I wasn't too sure. I thought you was all bloop, 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 bloop. Then Blue made her way to her house finally, because Fernando is still going to her house talking about come home. And she got there, baby, let me tell you. She took Tommy. But Madam them showed up. Madam and the head of security. I already knew that Madam was not going to let her go over there by herself, because first of all, when Blue first mentioned it to her, she was like, well, we finna go over there. And then the scene came where she was like, take Tommy with you. And I was like, because at first she was going to go. I know she going to pull up. Now, Concierge, I'm just going to call him Big C because, honey, I be struggling trying to say his name. So we're going to call him Big C. So Big C, he was trying to get to her, Madam, however he can. He's going to try to get her on that plane by any means necessary. But the way that he think it's going to go, it definitely do not go that way. So if you didn't see it, I think you're going to love how it turned out. Now, all of us who suspected the head of security may have been with on Big C team, we were right or worried. Because I got a question. Because I was confused at the end of this doggone episode. Somebody need to start talking. Because I just don't see. I'm confused. Now, if he is on Big C's team, that means he already knew that the daddy wasn't touched in the first place. So while he was going over there rushing, he knew he was on his way over there. Even if she didn't say it, he knew the direction. He knew that that's where they were pulling up. And when they jumped at the car, he didn't say, yo, people good, but then that would have gave it away too. But guess who people was covering the security there? Head of security's people. I don't know if I missed it, but I didn't even know they had security there. I didn't know that head of security men was security at the nursing home. Because I would think that if he had security at the nursing home, the FBI watching, then they wouldn't be suspicious of what's going on. And then I also thought that the daddy was such a good one that he didn't need security. But yep, I guess Papa really did let them people get a step ahead of him. And I don't understand how. This also proves that I was right about the talk on the ground. Because if these squads know about each other and know how smart they're supposed to be, ain't no way they're going to have people on the ground talking or let talk get to the ground to where the daddy would know their moves or whatever have you. I think the daddy had guns because he is who he is. And he knew things were shifting now that it came out that he was perfectly normal and being pretending all those times. So yeah, he was able to get the guns in there without anybody questioning it. That worked there because he had the nurse that was gonna, they kind of probably smuggled them in there or allowed other people to bring them in there. He let them get a step ahead of them. But it's also still like a big old question mark. The ending just kind of like made me confused. Even though Mr. Head of Security was shady and appears to be on Big C's team, he was still right about Tommy because Tommy is still slipping. And honestly, I don't even know if Tommy is even really security in the first place. But either way, if you're that close to somebody all the time and you letting stuff slip through the cracks like he's been doing, you're too close to let anything slip through the crack, whether you could call yourself security or not. But you want to eat the box and give her the D. Like, no, if you humping on me, you want to eat my box, you need to make sure all this stuff ain't slipping around, okay? You need to make sure it's not getting through the cracks. Especially not something so small. Their world is not so small, but it's so small compared to what could happen. What he was letting slip through the crack was minor stuff. So he need to get it together. Now I'm going to end this video going back to the head of security because this is where I was just confused, okay? Now, I don't really know if he's rocking with Big C for real at the end of the day. And I'm going to tell you why I don't know what it really is and why I'm confused. Now, I am really confuddled about what side he's really on when he stood there and let Madam do what she did to Fernando. Is he really Team Madam and was just playing along with Fernando when he took Tommy's gun? Or is he really team Big C and just had a delayed reaction? Somebody answer me this. What y'all think happened? Because I'm lost. And if he's on Madam's team, this presents a problem because your men lets Madam's dad get got. But then again, he could have told them to just let it happen because he knew that Madam would find her way out of it like she always do, child. I don't know. As always, let me know in the comments what you think about this episode and what you think is actually going on beyond what we are shown in the episode. Are you confused about head of security? What do you think about that situation too? Because when I say I'm really confused, okay? And also let me know, do you think that was really her daddy? Shout out to everybody that's been watching my reviews and recaps and have subscribed. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Until next time,